Hello, future officers. I hope all of you are doing very well. Welcome to Decoded, a channel that has been created to simplify the learning of CSAT and answer writing for UPSC civil services. Today, we are going to discuss the concept of zeros. UPSC and other examinations generally ask that we need to count the number of zeros in an expression. Okay, so why there are zeros in any expression? The presence of zeros in any expression are due to the presence of 10, 100, 1000 and any multiples of 10. Okay. Right. For example, in 2000, number of zeros would be because of 1000. Okay. So, we are talking that the presence of zeros is due to the presence of 10, 100, 1000. So we can say that it is due to the presence of multiples of 10. So how we get 10? To get a 10 we need 2 and 5 because 2 multiplied by 5 give rise to 10, isn't it? Okay. So now you must be wondering why 2 into 5 is 10. So try to add 2 5 times. 2 प्लस 2 प्लस 2 प्लस 2 प्लस 2. अब हमने 2 को 5 बार जोड़ दिया तो हमारे पास क्या आया? 10 आया. तो हम ये लिख सकते हैं कि 2 into 5 is 10. So to get a 0, what we need is 2 and 5 because 2 and 5 leads to 10 and zeros comes when there are multiples of 10. So how much there would be 10, that much would be number of zeros. Okay, so and number of zeros would depend on whichever is lesser. देखिए अब हम इसमें अब बात करते हैं, जो असली कंसेप्ट आ गया हमें इसको फाइंड करने का कि अब 2 और 5 से 10 बनेगा तो हमें 10 बनाने के लिए, नंबर ऑफ जीरो बनाने के लिए 2 और 5 की ज़रूरत है. ठीक है, ये बात क्लियर है. तो समझ लीजिए अगर कि नंबर ऑफ 2 ज़्यादा है और 5 कम है तो फिर उतने ही 10 बन पाएंगे जितने नंबर ऑफ 5 है, इजंट इट? और या फिर रिवर्स समझ लीजिए कि नंबर ऑफ 2 कम है और नंबर ऑफ 5 ज़्यादा है तो हम कह सकते हैं कि फिर जितने नंबर ऑफ 2s हैं उतने ही 10 बन पाएंगे. एक एग्जाम्पल से इसको समझते हैं, जैसे कि 2 इंटू 2 इंटू 15 इंटू 10. हमें इसमें नंबर ऑफ जीरोस फाइंड करने हैं. ठीक है, तो आप देखिए कि 2 है 3 टाइम्स और 5 है 2 टाइम्स, तो इससे तो एक 10 बन गया और एक इससे 10 बन गया, तो इसका मतलब इसके बाद 2 जीरो हो गए ये वाले, बट ये 2 लेफ्ट आउट है. ठीक है, क्योंकि इसके पास एक और 5 नहीं है 10 बनाने के लिए. तो हम ये कह सकते हैं, व्हाट वी कैन से फ्रॉम हियर इज दैट whichever is less amongst 2 और 5, okay, that would make up the number of zeros. जैसे कि इसमें कम है 5, जैसे कि 5 इसमें 2 ही हैं तो नंबर ऑफ जीरोस इसमें 2 हो जाएंगे, एक ये और एक ये. ठीक है, सो zeros are made using 2 and 5. We have 3 2s but only 2 5. So 5 is less, so number of zeros would be 2. Getting? Okay, इसको हम दोबारा से देख लेते हैं कि हमें 10 बनाने के लिए क्या चाहिए? 2 और 5. टू मेक 10 वी नीड 2 and 5. सो इफ द नंबर ऑफ 5 इज लेस, so then that much of 10 would be there, and if number of 2 is less, then that much of 10 would be there. For example, in this one the number of 2s is 3 and number of 5 is 2, so this 2 gets left out. There are no 5 for it to make a 10, so the number of 5 is 2 but number of 2 is 3. So we can say that the lesser the number of 5 or lesser the number of 2, that much would be the number of 0. Here number of zeros is 2. Getting? Okay, now let's move further. Let's take one more example. So इसको हम सिंप्लीफाई, दिस एग्जाम्पल है 5 इंटू 25 इंटू 21 इंटू, तो इसको हम सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं 5 इंटू 5 इंटू 5 इंटू 3 इंटू 7. ओके, सो इसमें हमारे पास एक भी नंबर ऑफ 2 नहीं है, तो हमारे पास 10 नहीं बन सकता। तो नंबर ऑफ जीरोज इन दिस वुड बी 0। ओके, ठीक है। अब आगे बढ़ने से पहले एक चीज का ध्यान रखना होगा हमें। what we need to remember is that whenever we need to find the number of zeros, we would try to reduce that expression in form of 2 and 5. okay, हम उस एक्सप्रेशन को 2 और 5 की फॉर्म में तोड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे। एग्जाम्पल की फॉर्म में जैसे मेरे पास दिया हुआ है 40, तो मैं इसको 2 और 5 की फॉर्म में तोड़ूंगा। 2 इंटू 2 इंटू 2 इंटू 5, ठीक है। ये बन गया 4, ये बन गया 10। सो आप देख सकते हैं कि नंबर ऑफ 5 सिर्फ एक है, तो 10 आने के लिए सिर्फ एक ही 5 है, तो इसमें नंबर ऑफ जीरोस 1 आ गया ऑटोमेटिकली। आप समझ रहे हैं, आपको तोड़ना सीखना होगा इसे, ठीक है। तो हम आगे की बात करते हैं कि हाउ टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू नंबर ऑफ जीरोस। What we will try to do is we will try to deduce the equation factors of 2 and 5, which we have already discussed. Then count whichever is less। जैसे कि ऊपर देखते हैं कि हमने डिड्यूस किया 40 को 2 और 5 के फैक्टर में, और उसमें काउंट करते हैं 2 या 5 में से कौन लेस है। तो हमारे पास 5 लेस है, 5 कितना, एक ही है, तो नंबर ऑफ जीरोस 1 होंगे। ओके, देन काउंट whichever is less and that would be your answer। ओके, गेटिंग इट। जैसे कि अब ये क्वेश्चन लेते हैं हम, find the number of zeros। okay, find the number of zeros in this one। तो देखिए जरा इसको, क्या आप इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हैं खुद से? Okay, so from here we can see that the fives, हम देख सकते हैं कि जो fives हैं, ठीक है, वो fives कम है 2 से, क्योंकि 2 यहाँ पहले से आ गया है और उसके बाद 5 आ रहे हैं वो सारी। तो ये वाले 2 के ये वाले जो 2 हैं, जिसको 2 इंटू 2 लिख सकते हैं हम, ये लेफ्ट आउट हो जाएगा। सबसे पहले हम कोशिश करते हैं हम इसको 2 और 5 की फॉर्म में सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं। जैसे कि देखिए, इसको हम लिख लेते हैं 2 टू द पावर 2, ये तो पहले से ही है। ये 5 टू द पावर 4 हो गया। इसको हम लिख लेते हैं 2 इंटू 2 टू द पावर 6। इसको हम लिख लेते हैं 5 इंटू 2 टू द पावर 8। इसको लिख सकते हैं हम 2 इंटू 3 टू द पावर 10। एंड देन वी वुड राइट दिस एज 5 इंटू 3 टू द पावर 12, एंड दिस एज 2 इंटू 2 इंटू 2 into 2 to the power 14, and 2 into 2 into 5 power 16 into 2 into the 5 to the power 18 into 5 into 5 to the power 20. Now we can see that the number of 5s are in this and this. We can see that this one of the 2 is more, this 2 thing is more। okay, so we can say that number of 5 is definitely less than the number of 2s here, so we'll try to find the number of 5s only over here। So now we can deduce it as 5 to the power 4, okay, into, now let's see where other is the 5। here is 5 to the power 8 into 5 to the power 12 into 5 to the power 16 from here, and 5 to the power 18 from here, and 5 to the power 2 into 20 from here। So the number of zeros would be that how much is the power of 5? So here the power of 5 is 4, here it is 8, here it is 12, here it is 16, here it is 18, here it is 40। Now we add this and we get what? 4 into 8 into 12 into 16 into 18. Oh, sorry, 4 plus 8 plus 12 plus 16 plus 18 plus 40 is equal to 98. So we can say that the number of zeros would be 98. Let's try to revisit this example and try to simplify it more. So here we can see that the number of 2's is definitely more than number of 5's. Why? Because the 5's which are after that are less and this 2 is more, because number of 2's is more, not 2 is more but number of 2's is more. This 2 would be left out. There would be no 5 left for it to be multiplied, and for generating 10 we need to multiply 2 and 5. So we'll simplify this equation first. This is simplified form, and now what we'll do, we'll see the number of 5's and their power. So 5 to the power 4, 5 to the power 8, 5 to the power 12, 5 to the power 16, 5 to the power 18, 5 to the power, because here two 5's are there, so we can write 5 square into 20. So the number of 5's would definitely be, how much is the 5's power? So here the 5's power is 4, here is 8, here it is 12, here it is 16, here it is 18, here it is 40. We add them and we get 98. So number of 0 would be 98. I hope this is clear to you. Now we'll move forward. Okay. Now there is a concept of factorials also. Okay. So first of all, what is a factorial? Factorial is nothing but an operator. And before any number if factorial operator is applied, then this number can be written as, for example, it's applied before 4. It can be written as 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. And 2 factorial can be written as 2 into 1 here. It would be 1. 2 into 1. 5 factorial would be written 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. Now from above we can see that the 5 appears only after 5 factorial. Matlab, from starting from 5 factorial, 5 comes to appear. And to make a 10 we need both 2 and 5. So before 5 factorial there are no number of 5's. So before 5 factorial there would be no zeros. The number of 0 would start coming with 5 factorial only. Are you getting? Now how find number of zeros in factorials? So from above we have seen that in any factorial value, number of 5's is always lesser than number of 2's. So we will only take number of 5. For example, we have taken this up, that here there was no 5 till 5 factorial. So number of 2's is definitely more. So the 5 comes only when we start to play with 5 factorial. Okay, so the number of 5 is definitely less than the number of 2's. Okay, till 4 factorial there would be no 5. In 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial, 2, 3 factorial, 3. So here we can see that till 4 factorial there is no 5, and after 4 factorial 5 starts to come up. So the number of 5's which would be there in any factorial, that would be the number of zeros in that factorial. So for any factorial we only need to count the number of 5. And how we do that? Okay, so since we know that we only need to count the number of 5, so what we do is we divide this factorial or this number by 5 to get the number of zeros. Okay, so how we do it is that, let's take this example and understand this. For example, I divide 47 by 5. Okay, then I am left with the quotient 9, because 5 nines are 5 ones are 5, 5 nines are 45. We are left with remainder 3 and quotient as 9. So now quotient 9 is there, so I'll again divide this 9 by 5. Now 5 ones are 5, so the quotient comes as 1. Now what we do here is we'll add both the quotients. That 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. Okay, number of zeros would be 10. Let's take it again. So if any number factorial is given, what we do is, since we only need to count the number of 5, we divide that number by 5, and whatever the quotient is left, that is the number of zeros. If the quotient left can still be divided by 5, will divide it again and take both the quotient, add them, and that would be number of zeros. Let's take another example, 58 factorial. So what we will do, we'll divide 58 divided by 5. The quotient here would be 11, isn't it? And 3 would be remainder. So here 11 is the question. Now 11 is again divided by divisible by 5. Here quotient would be 2. Okay. So we'll add this quotient, 11 plus 2. It gives rise to 13. Okay. So 13 zeros. Similarly, let's try for this 148. If we divide 148 by 5, okay, the question comes out to be 29. Now 29 is further divided by 5, divisible by 5. Question comes out to be 5. Okay. And 5 is further divisible by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. So we'll add them. 29 plus 5 plus 1 gives rise to 35 zeros. Similarly for 173, we'll divide 173 by 5. Okay. We get 34 as the question. This can be further divided by 5. 34 divided by 5, we get 6. And 6 is further divided by 5, we get 1. Okay. So the number of zeros will be 34 plus 6 plus 1 is equal to 36 plus 41 zeros. Okay. Now to understand these, we'll try to solve more of the questions of factorial. Okay. So let's try and solve these questions which I have already written for you, and we'll try to solve it. Okay, find the number of zeros. Okay, so first step we already know. We try to reduce the equation in the form of 2's and 5's. Okay, so let's do it now. Over here, what we do is, this is 13, it would remain the same because it does not have any 2. We write 15 as 5 into 3. Okay, and this is 22. Sorry, not 25, it is 22. We can write it as 2 into 11, and 25 we can write as 5 into 5 into 5. Okay, and 44 we can write it as 2 into 2 into 11, and 25 we can write it 5 into 7, or 11 goes the straight way. Now let's see if number of 2's are more or number of 5's are more. Okay, so number of 2's are 1, 2, 3, and number of 5's are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So number of 2's are less. So we'll go with number of 2's. So number of 2's is 3. Okay. So it will give rise to 3 tens. So that means 3 zeros. Okay. Since number of 2's is less, because number of 5's is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number of 2's is 3. So we'll take whichever is less. So the lesser one is number of 2's, and that is 3. So number of 0 would be 3. Isn't it? Okay. Now let's go for another question. Now here it is a mixture of the factorial one and that one. So for factorial we have already seen that what we do is we divide it by 5. What we get here is, let's say 28. Now 28 is again divided by 5, we get 5, and 5 is again divided by 5, we get 1. So we add all of that together. Okay, this is 28 plus 5 plus 1. Okay, into, now write the above one, 5 into 3 into 2 into 11 into 11 into 2 into 2 into 11 into 5 into 7. Okay, now we'll count the number of 5 and 2, whichever is less. 5 is 1, 2, 3, and 2 is 1, 2, 3. So both are 3. So the number of zeros in this one would be 3, and that would be this one would be having 34 zeros, and this equation has 3 zeros. 34 plus 3, this gives rise to 37 zeros. Okay, so what here we do is, first of all we found out factorial and then this equation separately, and then we add the number of zeros. Okay, okay, now let's take this question. This is a bit different kind of a question. This says that let there is a number x, okay, and x factorial has 23 zeros. How many zeros? 23. What is the maximum possible value of x? Okay, now 9, let's see how we can do it. So we have to find what could be the maximum possible value of the x. और x फैक्टोरियल के पास कितना जीरो है? 23 जीरो है इसके पास. ठीक है, तो अब हम एक चीज़ देखते हैं कि लेट्स टॉक अबाउट 100 फैक्टोरियल पर. तो 100 फैक्टोरियल में कितने जीरो आते हैं देखते हैं. 100 डिवाइडेड बाय 5, दिस गिव राइज टू 20. उसको फर्दर 20 को आप करेंगे तो 4 आ जाएगा. अब ये फर्दर नहीं जा सकता, तो वी कैन से 20 प्लस 4, 24 zeros. So 100 factorial has 24 zeros. तो 100 factorial आंसर नहीं होगा, उससे नीचे ही होगा. अब इन तीनों में से कोई एक होगा. तो लेट्स ट्राई फॉर 99. ओके, 99 फैक्टोरियल. करिए 99 डिवाइडेड बाय 5 करो. ठीक है, व्हाट वी गेट? So let's divide it. Okay, 5 and the 5 to 10, 5 and the 5. So 4 goes here. So 5 9s are 45. Okay. Again we divide 19 by 5. So 5 3s are 15. It comes out to be and then you have 3 by 5. So it comes out to be 19 plus 3. This gives rise to this gives rise to 22 zeros. So 99 factorial gives rise to 22 zeros. So there is no possible value of x for which we can get 23 zeros. Okay, after 100 we can only get 22 zeros. For that is for 99 factorial. Okay, now let's solve this question. This question is like find the number of zeros in the product of this given thing. Okay, now let's try to solve this question. So here the number of 2's in this and this is definitely more than number of 5s, because it is after that only that number of 5s are coming. So definitely number of 5s are less. So we need to count number of 5 from here only. Okay. So it would be like we can reduce it like key 5 to the power 5. Now after that only 10 would give it. So 2 into 5 to the power you can say 10. And after 15 only would give it, then 5 into 3 to the power 15. And after that 20 would be given to 2 into 5 to the power 20. After 25 would be given 5 into 5 to the power 25. After that 30 would be given, so 6 into 5 to the power 30. And after that 35 would be giving 5 into 7 to the 5 35 into, after that 40 would be given, so 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 to the power 40. And after that we have 5 into 9 to the power 45. Okay, so we can say that the only the 5s which have to be taken. So from here we can say 5 plus, now see this 5 as power 5, so number of zeros would be 5, 5 times, because this would be multiplied now, and here it is 10, so it will be 10 times, here 15 times, here 20 times, here 50 times, because 5 is 2 times, and here 30 times, here 35 times, here 40 times. Okay, so we write 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20 plus 20 plus 50 plus this is your 30, and then is your 35, and then is your 40, and then is your 45. Okay, now you add these to get the number of zeros. Okay, so you can add them and you can get the number of zeros. 5 plus 10 plus 15 plus 20 plus 50 plus 30 plus 35 plus 40 plus 45. So you get 250 zeros. 250 zeros. Okay, getting? Now let's solve this another question. It is saying find the number of zeros in this expression. We are given 1 to the power 1 factorial, 2 to the power 2 factorial, 3 to the power 3 factorial, 4 to the power 4 factorial, 5 to the power 5 factorial. Now after, from here the 5 starts, and before that there are no 5, so this number of 2's need not be counted, and there is no number of 5, so we can say the number of 2's is definitely more than the number of 5. And in this expression after 5 only 10 would be giving 5, and not 6, 7, 8 or 9. So we will only write 5 to the power 5 factorial into 10 to the power 10 factorial. So number of zeros will be 5 factorial plus 10 factorial. Okay, this is the answer to this question. Okay, now let's take another question. Find the number of zeros in the value of this. So now let's see that before this 5 there are no 5's and only 2 is there. So this 2 need not be counted as there is no number of 5. So number of 5 is definitely less than number of 2's. So we'll go with this number of 5's only. So we write 5 to the power 4 into 2 into 5 to the power 8 into 15 to the power 12 into 4 into 5 to the power 16 into 2 into 5 to the power 18 into 5 into 5 to the power 20. Okay, so we can say that number of this would be 4 plus 8 plus 12, 16 from here, in plus 18, and since there are two 5's, so we can say that this would be 40. Okay, so answer comes out to be 98. So we can say that there would be 98 zeros in this question. Okay, now after that, since we have learned these concepts, now we'll try to solve some PYQs. Okay, so take out question paper of 2024 prelims. Okay, 2024, and the question number would be आपका होगा, question number would be 9. Take out question number 9. Okay, read this question and try to solve it yourself. The question is like, how many consecutive zeros are there at the end of the integer obtained in the product? जैसे जिस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस हमने किए हैं, the type of questions we have solved, this is this type of question only. Okay, so here we can easily see that before 5, okay, now the equation, this expression goes like 1 to the square to the power 4 into 3 to the power 6 into 4 to the power 8 and 5 to the power 10 and 6 to the power 12 and so on. Okay, isn't it? So next 5 would be in 10 to the power 20. Okay, and next 5 would be in you can say 15 to the power 30, and next 5 would be in 20 to the power 40. Okay, and next would be in 25 to the power 50. So before this there is no 5, so there can be no 10. So we can say that number of 5s is definitely less than the number of 2's. So we'll only take and we'll only talk about the number of 5. So we can write it as 5 to the power 10 into 2 into 5 to the power 20 into 3 into 5 to the power 30 into 2 into 5 to the power 40 into 5 into 5 to the power 50. Okay, so we can say that from here we have 10, from here we have 20, from here we have 30, from here we have 40. Okay, and since these are 2 times, so we can write it as 5 square into 50. Okay, this can also be done. So from here we would have 100. This multiplied by this is 100. Okay, from here we would be having 100. Let's remove this 2 from here. Okay, So now we add this to get the number of zeros. So addition would give 200. So the answer to this question would be 200. Okay. Getting. Now one more question which can be solved using the concept of number of zeros. Okay. One more question is there which can be solved using the concept of zero. Is the next question which was asked for number of zeros was in question paper of 2020. Okay, 2020 question paper. 2020 question paper. The question was asked set A. The question number was आपका set A question number 7 was there 2020. Okay. 2020 question number 17. Question number 7 set A. This one is the question. Yeah, this 2020 set A question number 7. Okay, this is a very easy question in comparison to the number of number of questions we have done. This is a very simple. It's like how many zeros are there at the end of the following product. इस प्रोडक्ट के एंड में कितने जीरो होंगे आप ये बताइए पहले तो. ठीक है, ये कहता है हमारे को. तो हमें कुछ नहीं करना, हमने इसको डिड्यूस कर लेना है पहले 2 और 5 की फॉर्म में. फिर हमारा आंसर उससे बड़ी आसानी से आ जाएगा. हम काउंट कर लेंगे कि नंबर ऑफ 2 ज़्यादा हैं या नंबर ऑफ वो ज़्यादा हैं और इस हिसाब से हम निकाल लेंगे. पर डेफिनेटली हम देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे 5 पहले आ जा रहा है और पहला जो 2 आ रहा है वो 10 में आ रहा है. तो नंबर ऑफ 5 डेफिनेटली कम है नंबर ऑफ 2 से. तो अगर हम सिर्फ नंबर ऑफ 2 को काउंट कर लेना यहाँ पे बना के, तो 2 किस किस में आएगा? 2 इसमें आएगा, एक तो 10 में, तो 2 इंटू 5 लिख लो इसे. फिर अगला 2 इस 20 में आएगा, कितने में आएगा? 2 इंटू 5. ठीक है. फिर अगला 2 आएगा इसमें 15 इंटू 2. अगला 2 आएगा इसमें 2 इंटू 2 इंटू 2 इंटू 5. अगला फिर इसमें आएगा 2 इंटू 25. फिर नेक्स्ट आएगा आपका 2 इंटू 2 इंटू 2. नंबर ऑफ टूज काउंट करें 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. नंबर ऑफ टूज आपके, क्योंकि आप देखिए कि यू सी दिस थिंग दैट द ओनली 2 which comes is after 5. So number of 5 is definitely more here than number of 2s. Okay, so first 2 would be appearing in this, second would be appearing in this, and the first 2 would be appearing here, then the 2 would come here, then 2 would be coming here, then here, then here. So we just write down, we just expand the expression only where the 2 is there. So 2 into 5 10, 2 into 2 into 5 20, 50 into 2 30, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 40, and आपका 25 into 2 is 50, and 2 into 2 into 15 is 60. So we'll count number of 2s here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So the number of 2s is 10, so the number of 0 would be 10. So answer to this question would be 10. Okay, so dear friends, this ends up the concept of number of zeros. The more questions regarding this concept are provided on the Telegram channel, which can be accessed from the link provided in description. There the questions of every subject will be provided after the video. You can solve them on your own and the solution will be provided thereafter. In this way we can, just by these videos and by these practice questions, we can complete whole of the CSAT. We need to refer any book or anything. Okay, thank you for cooperating, thanks for watching, and thanks for cooperating of the voice which is coming from the background. And this cannot be solved because this is India and these things keep happening over here. Thank you so much.